Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nerd Room. On this episode,
Warpath is James Proudstar. He first appeared in New Mutants number 16 in June of 1984. I was 7. He was created by Chris Claremont and Sal Buscema. Starting at the bottom, you could see Marvel's Warpath and the X-Force logo. Flip into X-ray mode, we could see the Build-A-Figure leg, Warpath himself, 2 more hands, more of Warpath because he's a tall figure. And then out of X-ray mode, you have the Marvel Legends series, X, and Marvel Strongman Build-A-Figure. Side of the box has awesome comic book art with Warpath charging right at you, about to give you a knuckle sandwich. And if we flip it to the back, starting at the bottom, you have the Strongman Build-A-Figure and all 7 figures in this wave. I pre-ordered Shikla, Maverick, and Pirate Deadpool. I couldn't resist Warpath when I saw him in Target. I picked him up for $19.99 this week. It was a glorious day for toy collecting! Then moving up, you have awesome toy photography of Warpath, his description, and the Marvel Legends series. Warpath! Oh, dude. Right out of box, you can appreciate the heft of this figure. So he's supposed to be 7'2", 350 pounds. We're going to scale him next to Colossus and some others and see how he compares in just a little bit. He has just a striking face and expression. If we pull him in closer, you can see the red mask around his silver eyes. I mean, he looks like he's just staring through your soul right now. Maybe that's because he has powers as a superhuman tracker. You see he has a red bandana. His hair is parted in the middle. And then he has his white feathers in the back of his hair. I'm really, really impressed with this face sculpt. I think it honors this character very, very well. What do you guys think? I'll be honest, I didn't pre-order this figure at first, and I wasn't sure if I wanted him or not. As you know, I'm on a quest to build my 90s X-Men display, and I was watching Days of Future Past a few weeks ago, and I saw him in the background. He was one of the mutants that was captured. And as soon as I saw him, in my mind I was like, oh, I know I'm going to have to get him for my 90s X-Men display, but I wanted the thrill of the quest. All right, next up are these hefty shoulder pads. I do appreciate the fringe on them, and it's soft. I think it adds to the character. They come off pretty easy. There's a hole here and here, and for looking at articulation, we'll just leave them off for right now. I'm really, really appreciative here. We have butterfly jointed shoulders. Man, those are awesome. We got a little paint mark there. Really appreciate them giving this big figure the butterfly shoulders. He has a bicep cut with 360-degree rotation and gets greater than 90 at the double pin elbow. And then he comes with 4 hands, 2 fists and 2 grip hands. Fist bump, boom. Full 360-degree rotation on that fist. And then you have nice inflection back and forth. Really appreciate it. I gotta tell you, it's a tease getting these hands because it does not come with his vibranium knives. So I appreciate that he has the ability to hold them, but he doesn't have them. So I don't know what to do. I really, really appreciate the paint job on this figure. It's a striking choice of color of navy blue and red. It actually looks like my alma mater's basketball jerseys, Dayton Flyers. So he has a cut at the torso and a swivel as well. And then he has a belt with 3 pouches on each side. Ooh, I appreciate the leather detail right there. That looks pretty sweet. And then flipping it around to the back, again, you see some more of leather-like detail there, and he's got a crease in his butt. All right. Well, someone put some extra effort in there. So it looks like there's a cut here, but it's not loose, so I don't want to mess with it. Flexible there, can kick all the way up. His knee actually hyperextends a little. The blue and red paint splits his leg, and then you have 2 pins at the knee. Very, very flexible for a big guy. More fringe at the boot. If I pull it in, you can see there's some wrappings around his ankle. Nice foot articulation back and forth, and then swivels like that. Man, I gotta say I'm impressed. For such a big figure, he's very, very articulatable. Into having superhuman strength, agility, speed, and healing factor, he's also a munitions expert. So the Venomized Punisher was in a sharing mood today and let Warpath try on his rifle for size. Man, I think he looks pretty sweet with it. I really, really would have loved those vibranium knives, but he looks pretty cool like that too. He's so menacing and intimidating, I don't even think he needs a gun. All right, I'm excited to see how he looks with the rest of the 90s X-Men. Should we check it out? Oh, let's see him next to Colossus. See, I kind of thought that, man. As wide and bulky as Warpath is, I felt like he was a smidge short. So I would have expected him to be about the same height as Colossus. It's a little bit of a nitpick, but I think he looks awesome, and I just feel like they should be in size together, because really what you want to do is have a big figure like that in the background, and then always and then layer it with these other figures up front. You could still do that. Oh man, I love the contrast of the darker blue with the red to go with like that lighter blue and gold of the X-Men 90s. So next up, doesn't have blue or gold, but I do think he's my X-Men 90s MVP so far. Gambit, mon chéri. Oh, dude, that's everybody's favorite massive tool, Cyclops. And then let's throw in Jean Grey. Oh, dude, that looks sweet. All right, let's put in Logan too, because he's short, so he can come up front. Oh, dude, that looks awesome with Warpath in there. I love the X-Men 90s blue and gold, but it looks so much better when you start throwing in the bomber jackets, and then you got Gambit and the Duster, and you got Cyclops in the background, you know, all that silver shining out, and now Warpath, man. And Warpath just looks so serious and intimidating in the background. Again, man, that face with the silver eyes is striking. Some of these figures, I really feel like the people who did it like loved the character and really put a lot of attention in it to honor the character, man. And this is definitely one of those figures. I'm grateful that I didn't miss out on him by not pre-ordering, and the gods of toy hunting smiled upon me. And just for fun, I wanted to see how Warpath photographs with Venom. Wow, dude, Venom really is a thick, hefty figure, just a little bit taller than Warpath. I think it's essential when building a display to have characters of variable heights and thickness and expressions and posability. It just adds something to it, then they're all kind of the same size. And having figures like this really makes my display interesting, and I'm really grateful to have them. What are some of your guys' favorite larger figures that are in your display?
Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the nerdery. I really appreciate all the interaction and new subscribers. Welcome! Warpath exceeds expectations, and getting him out in the wild was awesome. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the noble quest of building this action figure collection. More 90s X-Men are on the way. See you real soon.